But yeah, so welcome to this AMA, and it's been a long time coming. Like it's been just like so many different things going on, and so many things happening. Like, but definitely we want to now, as we got this going, so we will be organizing more of these, and to keep you guys updated what is going on, and give this type of also hearing about you guys. Like there has been lots of good conversations individually, and also with the people, and some planning, and there has been like also some people coming up with some great ideas how to help project, and that has been very exciting. But also now it's also good that we come together and talk about these things, so that everyone gets on the same page, and only putting stuff on announcements and Discord is not enough to keep everyone involved and getting the right information. But yeah, so this will be like we'll be talking some topics about what is happening with the project, some of the things that we have done, and a little bit of some of the future plans, and then some other status updates. But hey, maybe if then Oracle, if you jump right into the past.
Yeah, sure. A blast from the past. Before that, just a quick reminder for everybody that this session is recorded, as you might have seen in the main chat. So we are recording the chat, and we are also recording the live view. So behave accordingly. But yeah, as I was jumping right to times that have been, talking a little bit about the Primal Rave, the event, the digital fashion show that we did with the Fabricant a couple of weeks. A lot of you participated. I hope everyone here got a chance to see it. If not, I hope that you have seen the videos. I hope that you saw all the screenshots that everybody posted in the chat. I hope that you saw all the good times and good vibes and the hype that was going on in chat. It was a great experience. It was a great experience. And just a bit of a background. Again, this is nothing sort of new, but just as a reminder, why we are so hyped about it is that the Primal Rave was, even though it was a fashion show done in collaboration for the Fabricant, but for us, first and foremost, it was a technical proof of concept, or in shorter terms, POC. So our main interest was to test the pixel streaming tech that we have created, and the DevOps pipeline, the CI/CD pipeline tech that we have created. We built it for a number of months, and this was the culmination of all that work. And obviously, as it is always in tech development, as it is in software development, there's always a bit of excitement when you're launching something new. You haven't done like a proper live stress test. There's always a bit of worry, no matter how much testing you do, about how is it going to function? Is there going to be that demo effect? Is everything going to break down once we go live? But hopefully none of that happened with Primal Rave. It was a great success in all aspects. I think the visitors had fun. Us organizers, us and the Fabricant, they had fun. We reached new audiences completely, people who were previously not familiar with the Cornerstone ecosystem, and people who were previously not necessarily familiar with either the Cornerstone or the Fabricant ecosystem. So we did get a lot of new audiences. Got some fantastic feedback, got some good reviews, so to say. And again, most importantly for us, the tech worked very well, meaning that we have succeeded in laying the foundation, the first stepping stones of a functional, accessible metaverse for everybody, with or without a gaming rig. And again, just we want to give a huge shout out to everybody here. Thank you guys for having supported us on this journey, participating in the Primal Rave, making it fun, making it exciting, and making it that great success that it was.
Yeah, I think only illegal thing on that was Oracle's dance moves.
What can I say? If I was a good dancer, I'd dance in public, but I'm not. So
Yeah, but I wonder if you put something on the dance keyboard key, and that was just because you were dancing probably like half an hour straight. So
I was just getting so
tell us
much
your
into
secret.
no illegal substances. I don't believe in them. Just pure 100% excitement.
Yeah, but yeah, like that. But that was like very very cool thing, and it might seem that okay, it was this event, it was this and that function, and it has some cool stuff happening. But like Oracle said, like it was really like groundbreaking for us because all that like multiplayer stuff working, and because it's not something that we just used some template that we took or we hired a third party to do that service, but it's actually something that we needed to build from ground up, and of course utilizing that pixel streaming technology from Epic Games, which is like that foundational technology on that. But we like the whole thing was something that we custom built, and it was actually like all already that like the technical foundation, even though the event was built for months. But I think like, does anyone from the team, Mark or Oracle, do you remember even like when did we start like putting those, like, because that was a lot longer. Was it a year or 9 months or like before
I
when we?
think it was about just a bit over 10 months. I think we started
Yeah.
first discussions with the Fabricant were around uh, August or November last year.
Yeah.
It's about a year.
Yeah. Yeah, so like something that is quite special there, that even though, yes, like that's a little bit how we always enter the things, and when we think like, oh, let's just pull together this virtual event, it's gonna be fun and easy, and then we start figuring out how complicated it is and what do you need to take into consideration, and this is a showcase of that we thought about, okay, let's just do a virtual event, but then we realized like, okay, there is the whole underlying technology what we need to build to make this happen. But the cool thing now is that it's a template, and like next things definitely doesn't take 10 months to build, because that's like the actual, like the backbone of the technology what was created, and really looking forward to build some new stuff utilizing those tools and technology what has been created. But yeah, like that was fun. I was also like, there's like you can see in the on the one of the screenshots, it's like caught my dance moves as well. So definitely it was very fun moment in the metaverse. But yeah, then maybe Oracle, if you can tell a little bit about the something other cool stuff that we've been with the Elora.
Sure. And I do see that Mr. Elora himself, Henry, is in the audience, and I know that Matthew McGrain is here as well, SEG. I know this is very last minute, guys, because we weren't sure if you're going to participate or not. But if you have microphones available, if you're available to speak, it would be our honor to have you on the stage and tell a little bit about what Elora actually is and what the history and what the purpose of it and all that. But just shoot a message in the chat if you are up for speaking, and I'll promote you to a speaker. And if not, we'll just let you listen. But just a brief intro. I see Henry's typing. As just a brief intro. So Elora is a landowner project from Henry and MCG especially. Obviously, a lot of other people are involved in it as well, but they are the key people. A project, a landowner project, landowner driven, 100%. A space that promotes positive collaboration, and innovation, meaning that it is essentially what the metaverse is all about, a place to connect, a place to meet, a place to gather, with giving actually facilitating, whether it's speakers or lectures or lecturers or just groups of people, groups of friends, groups of co-workers, allowing them to gather in breakout rooms or private rooms in a metaverse environment, in a beautiful and inspiring environment that has all the wonders of the metaverse, whether it's audio, whether it's visuals, without the limitations of the real world that we are used to. But as I mentioned, this is something that is 100% driven by Henry and MCG. So I'll let them introduce it further in the future, because I see that Henry's got a kid sleeping right now. That's all right. We will post some videos of the project that has actually already been posted, I think, amongst the landowners as well as Twitter, but we'll be sure to post it in the announcement channel as well, so that everybody has a chance to see it and appreciate it, because it looks amazing. It's dope as anything.
Yeah, and I think like it's really cool because for us, everything about the Cornerstone is about empowering the creators to create these type of stuff. And the Fabricant was another landowner example. But now with this, like, okay, how do we do cool stuff that would be empowering the landowners to start generating their businesses in the future, like a point of encounter, whichever those are. And we don't know even all these possibilities what are in the metaverse. Like, we have some ideas about it, but we know for sure that it's the people coming with the different type of different type of creativity and different type of ideas, and that's gonna be like the real magic of the metaverse. But we can look that video now, and then like meanwhile, like if Henry, like, you can put any bullet points or anything, that would be cool as well. But let's watch the video, which has some Cornerstone generic stuff, as it was part of a presentation that you guys did. But then just like a little bit about people have been asking like, okay, what is going on and with the current market situation and what does that mean for Cornerstone and yeah, like people and projects say that the bear market is the time for building, and we will build regardless of the challenges we are facing. There has been for the Cornerstone in sake of the clarity, like we have been having this, we have already this commitment of pre-seed funding, or like we have been raising earlier already with some of the Web3 fund. There's the Venly, there's the Supercell guy, but we have this new investor who is wanting to enter, and there is commitments already, but there is still some paperwork and some compliance stuff to go through. But otherwise, like it was supposed to happen already a little bit earlier, but it's still ongoing process and looking good. But it will take a little bit longer time than we expected earlier. So that has been a little bit of like slowing us down as we were waiting that we expecting that we could start building even with the bigger force earlier. At the same time, there has been some changes on the, like a little bit of structurizing changes, so especially on the technology side, and that has been causing some delays especially for the dashboard updates, and we hope that would have been a lot faster. But those are some changes on the personnel and some new recruiting that needs to happen. But like you don't need to be afraid that even though there is like it's not stopping us or putting us like we're not afraid of the storm and rain, like we come from Finland and all that. So we're definitely gonna be building over this bear market, even though it would whatever time that would take. So we're very committed to bring this metaverse to life, and that's very big part of our key strategy as much as on Cornerstone, and also the Zone group that is the part of the group that we are. So no need to be afraid of that. Then like mentioned, so with the dashboard updates, as there has been some of those challenges with the like some changes on the technology team. So that's why the current estimation of the active staking is postponed a little bit, and also missions same thing as we were hoping to push that with the full force forward, but now there has been like some technology recruiting that needs to happen before we can get the full speed back up. Yeah. And then about the land sales, like there has been some questions about that, and this is something that we have been currently, and we really want to start putting more effort to this one, as there is already like some landowners building cool stuff already and existing, and we also want to make it easier for people to enter, and also same time what we are understanding that the for the project as the NFT based trading business model is a little bit on a challenging times currently. So also we realize that for us to on top of the investment money that is helping us to build the project, so land sales are actually the best way that we can keep on building the project and finding even some extra resources on doing stuff. So that's why we will be putting more effort and emphasis on that how do we support the landowners on building their stuff. How do we start educating also that how do these tools work? How does like all these concepting stuff? Like I've been getting some concepts from the existing landowners, and those concepts are looking awesome. So this is something that we definitely keep on doing more and putting more focus on that. Then there's another thing that we haven't been sharing that much, but there has been some mentions about it. But it's this Cornerstone Chronicles, and that means that same time, we believe that the IP and this co-creation intellectual property is very much in an interest what we believe that Cornerstone wants to be heading in the future. And as it's very also some of these are investors, they are very involved in this area of IP and also about any type of creation of entertainment. And with this Chronicles, what it means that we would be doing a little bit of a new form of entertainment, which is directly active together with the dashboard. And while you're exploring and doing these type of activities inside the island, so that would be having an effect onto your wallet and onto your dashboard. So this is something that is not so commonly done yet, and we would be wanting to pioneer that area as well. And so also same time, like there has been these initiatives and lots of discussions going about how does this Chronicles, that it's a little bit of a mixture of games and streamed show, which means that putting those together, but not just an interactive streaming show, but then that together with the Web3, so that will have an effect how well you play and what do you play and when do you play, so it will be having an effect. And we know that for bigger masses in the future, some of these names that we're using for things such as NFTs and cryptos and wallets and tokens, that probably when we later on start to go more on the mainstream, that is not maybe how people want to call those things. So they will be probably having a little bit softened names, even though the underlying technology is exactly the same and the known factors from the Web3 industry. But yeah, this is something like something that I'm personally very excited about. Is there any like questions about this exact topic?
While we're waiting for the questions, I just gotta jump in the bandwagon again about this being a very new type of entertainment, and it's something that we teased a little bit about. We've only mentioned that we're working on something on the side. So if you were wondering, yes, this is it. And for example, I'm a gamer myself, and I know that video games, especially in recent years, have gotten very good at telling interactive stories. But this is, even from those, it's on a very next level. Just having seen the first versions that we currently have about the Cornerstone Chronicles, it's groundbreaking, to say the least. And again, as Mika said, if you are very excited, I gotta say that so am I. This is something that will hopefully be the new form of entertainment, the de facto form of entertainment.
Yeah, and this is so it will be pixel streamed. Like it's a mixture of like cinematic quality combined with the pixel streaming, so that you will have these sequences where you have the story is going forward, but then you actually get to be in control of that, and then those things, that how well you achieve on certain things, that will have a direct impact. Let's say that you earn fragments there, or you will find something, a lost companion, or even a crystal, and that will have an impact effect. And now the nice thing is that, so it's kind of like all these things that we have been doing, like we have been from Cornerstone, like doing all kinds of cinematics for a longer time already. And then same time with the Fabricant, like that interactive and the pixel streamed version of it, and then dashboard. So this is putting all these elements together, and that's where we believe and see that there is that special magic that will be happening. So there's been the questions. So also like for the Nick, trading model no longer works due to slowdown in trading volume or due to changes in royalty fee structures on OpenSea. So that definitely doesn't help, like what OpenSea has been announcing, and that it really doesn't help the situation, that even though the trading volumes in general has been a lot slower. Of course, that's not an excuse for one project that, but same time, like definitely not the easiest market in general, because what we see that as a trend, like a big trend, like what is happening in the NFT market. And that's why we believe that there needs to be more of this gamified and entertainment value brought to the audience, not just only that layer of trading. And then a little bit more about Chronicles. Whose initiative is it? It's our initiative. Something that we believe that will be part of these, like the next generation entertainment, and we see Cornerstone being the perfect ground for that, and also creating the IP, which is in a very initial state, with the co-ownership of that IP, because now the island and landowners already and even owning the companions and crystals, so it's partly owning that, like the whole IP, and that actually being an arena for entertainment itself. So that is something that we really look forward. Of course, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just to emphasize on that, I think the Chronicles is kind of a very logical next evolution step for Cornerstone. Because again, if we're going back to the big picture and what Cornerstone is all about, is being the metaverse. And what is the metaverse? It's essentially a mix between reality and entertainment. Kind of a dream world where anything is possible, where you can do anything, where you can be entertained, where you can be serious, and it sort of seamlessly all combines together. So I think the Chronicles is the perfect first example of that. You've got your real world holdings, you've got your NFTs, your wallet, everything related to that. Plus, you got an amazing story experience that you are not just watching, but you are truly participating in and defining the story even.
Yeah, and something about it that we really want to create, that that is not something, there needs to be a little bit of element of that is like a little bit of that what live events and real world happenings has, that you don't get to replicate that in a sense that when do you go and you get to do this Chronicle story and play through it or experience through it, that you could only do it once. So you make some decisions about it and they will have an effect of your future in the metaverse, but it's not something that you can just go and repeat the whole thing and try to play it better next time. So it has a little bit of that what life itself has. So that we cannot go back in time, and so we want to implement some of those type of elements into it as well, that you do some decisions and they will like actually mark the path of your future, and no one knows the right answers for those things. So that's kind of like the exciting part, and we are really trying to bring for Cornerstone in general. Like that's why like some people have been asking like, oh, why don't you just populate the whole island? But like we really believe that it's something that it's the community to do. Like the culture is not going to be built if we start like most of the other metaverse projects, they just built another neon city and then they're like, okay, this is it, like come to our metaverse. But if it's then it's just a shallow version of that. It's not something that has been built the culture ground up. And this is what we're wanting to create, this like a very long-term culture that the founding fathers and mothers are the people actually building on that land. And that will be having an impact and effect where this culture is going towards to. And then there was so what is the funding plan for Chronicles? So this is exactly like, this has been cooking for a longer time, and this super angel who would be coming in to fund us, like that's, like he really loves this Cornerstone Chronicles idea, and that this is where he sees a lot of potential, and it's been a big factor, like the quality work that we have been doing this far, and the community, but also then these like the future together with the taking it to this direction is very much in his interest. And then when the first demo is expected, like we're targeting that during next month we could have already like a demo that we could show, like a little glimpses or teasers or a little demo session where we are controlling it, not fully pixel streamed, like those three elements functioning together and having all the integrations up and running, but more of like us showcasing a little bit, like, okay, this is how it's going to look like, this is how fun it's going to be. So that is something that we have been now planning to do next month already. And when the first episode is coming out, so this one we will be giving more information. So not yet launching that release date, but the demo session we will be announcing soon. So then is it possible to transfer staking rewards to another wallet? I do staking companions on my hot and cold wallet, and I would like to transfer everything from cold to hot. Oracle, Marco, please help me.
For the time being, unfortunately, it is not. It is, however, something that has been requested by a number of people in the past. We do understand that there would be utility to transfer your fragments from one wallet to another. But that is one of those things that we will need to have those technical recruitments that Mika talked about earlier happen in order to make it plausible in any way. So it's something that we are hoping to do in the future, looking to do in the future, but it is at the same time something that is not going to happen right now and not in the very near future, probably.
Yeah, and then there was a question about some ideas current landowners have for their land. What type of businesses are you seeing? Like I cannot tell all of that, but I can like just in a little bit in a generic way, because some people are like having some brilliant ideas and don't want to spoil them out. But we see some of like there has been like some mini game ideas that you would need to figure out something to be able to win something. That definitely has been coming up. Then even like these personal spaces. Some of the people like, okay, I just want to do a cool hang around space for me and my friends that I would be inviting. Then there is like a very interesting stuff that people been planning to utilize crystals and their energy element to it to like really create this type of spaces that would be sticking out from the crowd, and then people would be wanting to enter and even pay for some type of entry fee, which I think is cool. Then there has been like some gallery related things, stores, different type of stores where people would want to create certain type of assets and start selling those. Even some sports related, like metaverse sports type of things. So like how does sports actually look like in the metaverse? So there has been a variety of like a very, very interesting, and then there's some like companion related stuff as well. So definitely there has been a variety of cool stuff cooking. Yeah, then there was the question about like chronicles for the purpose of education. And like for sure the chronicle template, it will be later on available also for the landowners to utilize, which definitely would be like a very interesting educational tool. Because what do you do like with the first version? There was another question if the chronicles interact with other people or with the story. So chronicles are more of interacting with the story. So there you're yourself, and it's in the first version at least, it's interacting with the story, and there wouldn't be the other, like it's not going to be multiplayer, that one, because then the multiplayer is the gatherings following the Fabricant template, that people would be coming together in a space and they get to interact, and there might be some things that are triggered as well, but Chronicles is a little bit different because that's more of this type of quest or thing that you do and you interact, and it will have an impact on your collection or the dashboard itself. Like what do you have there? So, but definitely could be, and then at some point, like all these tools and everything what we're creating, like those will be in a certain point then available for all the landowners. Like in this stage, it's very important for us that we start to like giving more of that information about the Cornerstone itself, and start to open up the narrative part of the Cornerstone and what does these elements mean. And that's why there is that episode type of idea behind it. So it's this type of mini experience that you get to do and learn more about the Cornerstone in a very fun and interactive way.
But just going back to the question from Henry about how it can use Chronicles for education purposes, I do believe that it would have a very strong position in education, because we all know that gamified learning is a very effective method of learning, not to mention VR. I think somebody somewhere has made a study that shows that learning through VR is like 80% more effective than the traditional way, meaning reading books and doing written exercises and that sort of stuff. So there definitely is a place for interactive and virtual methods of learning and teaching and education. So I do think, I 100% believe that there is a place for a Chronicles type of experience in universities, in whatever level of education. But it's probably not the first episode of Chronicles that we're going to launch. It's something that's going to come once we have the first season of the entertainment, and then we can head on to the teachings.
Yeah. And then there was will Chronicles be AI based or predefined narrative? So for sure, like AI will be part of that, like generating those. First generation probably not with AI that we would have been educating the whole narrative and having this full exposure of the potential of AI, but definitely like we're looking into that and utilizing AI in that even on the first version, but it's not going to be that it's like full spectrum of possibilities. And yeah, like, okay, so Apple, like incredible opportunity to link the Chronicles with evolving, adding or modifying driver avatar traits. And yes, totally. Like, and because like mentioned, we believe that this is like really in a fun way. Like we started Cornerstone with lots of cinematics. Then there has been there is the ownership of elements of land and community, collaborative building of things, and then with the dashboard, and now bringing the narrative, and we see that there it's almost like Noza strength type of energy there when we can put these pieces together. It's like something extremely cool and powerful there that we're wanting to get functioning.
I'll touch a little bit about the AI-based versus predefined narrative. AI is moving at the speed of sound, at least right now. The breakthroughs in the technology are incredible, and every week we're getting new and better and just more amazing breakthroughs in the field of AI. But still, we are not in a place where we need to be thinking about, for example, a Cornerstone narrative experience. Like everything we do, everything you've seen so far, whether it's cinematics, whether it's screenshots, whatever it is, we set a certain level for whatever we release. And if we were to release a Cornerstone narrative that is purely generated by AI, at this point, it would not be up to our standards. No matter how much training of a large language model like ChatGPT you do, it will, at some point, it will break down with the current technology. If you've ever tried any sort of AI role-playing game, for example, or one of those AI companions, if you chat with them for long enough, it's just gonna go crazy, especially if you're chatting to it about a subject that is not common knowledge. For example, the story of Cornerstone. So AI at this moment is not really there. At this moment in time, human written narrative will always be better than AI narrative. Who knows what the future holds, but that is where we are now.
Yeah. And then how will Cornerstone make money with Chronicles? Like that, thanks for asking. It's nice to see that the community, because maybe you have noticed already that with the Cornerstone, we are very careful of not passing this type of feeling for the community that we're trying to be after the money, because it's for us it's such a long-term building, and it's such a project close to our hearts. So we really think everything very carefully. Things what we want to implement in the future for these missions and chronicles, that we would be making a form that it would be possible to boost something that you can still play and you can do, and like with the investments that people have been doing either for companions or crystals or land, that you get to do, and you get to get like the best out of Cornerstone. But then if there's some people who would be wanting to enter to the ecosystem later on with even with some smaller micro payments, that would be possible through these events that is happening, or participating the chronicles. And because now we still need to figure out that what does make you, like, there needs to be a certain type of ownership of entering to the chronicle episode or chronicle moment. So you need to have, like, you cannot just come as a visitor. Like either it's a companion, or it's like some type of thing with the Noza fragments. But we are like in the midst, like there's some ideas, but we want to be careful of not that coming in the wrong way. that it would be starting to make people want to disappear. And maybe Oracle, if there is anything like about those missions and those things, and how we would be like softly wanting to bring also some forms of making money for the project, because that's everyone understands that that's important.
Yeah. So as everybody probably already knows at this point, we've talked about it in the past multiple times. We want to add that gamification aspect to the dashboard and to staking. So instead of, obviously right now we got passive staking, which is it's useful and it's exciting, but it's not necessarily the most fun because it's passive. So the next level, the active staking, would be adding the active element to it, meaning that there's something that you can do. There are choices that you can make to get those better rewards, get those better yields, and it would be multiple choice. So obviously you can sort of strategize a little bit. You can affect how well you do with the choices you make. And with those gamification elements, we kind of open up the doors to a world of possibilities, whether it's anybody who plays any type of game, whether it's mobile, whether it's PC, whether it's console, whatever it is. There are multiple types of monetization. There are multiple ways of monetization. Some games do, for example, skins that you can buy. Some do in-game trading. For example, at Counter-Strike, you can buy and trade weapons and knives and skins again. Some, unfortunately, do pay-to-win stuff. It's something that exists, nobody likes, but still a very effective way of making money. Just for the record, that is not something that we're planning on doing. But those voluntary cosmetics, for example, those skins that you can use, or voluntary power-ups and boosts that don't necessarily or don't help you win in a game where there's no winner, but just make your life easier, make the game more enjoyable, maybe, but not in a way that it breaks the game for everybody else.
Yeah. And one thing that is good to remember, like when we're building Cornerstone, like we see that there is a little bit of a three waves of users, and the first wave is focused on the Web3 community that is already accustomed to the idea of owning things digitally, and having different assets in the digital format, and also like luckily we also have some amazing creators that it's already existing, that the landowners are already building stuff. So that's super cool that it's already like the Web3 native person with the creator heart. So that's kind of like something that is quite amazing. We understand that many people are more on the Web3 investment side, and that's totally fine as well. But then that next wave should be that we lay the grounds, that the first wave lays the grounds for that second wave, which would be these indie creators and even gamers who would be having the tools that we would be making the, for example, on the land ownership, that you would be able to put your business up and running without having that type of deeper Unreal Engine or 3D modeling skills, for example. So that's an important group of people who would be coming. First, there is the foundational layer, which you guys belong to, and then the next wave is those that come as well, but they come to build all these different experiences and mini games and cool content. And then there will be that when there is enough content. So then imagine if there would be like the Fabricant event, but there would be hundreds of those happening every day. So that's where it gets the metaverse really starts to happen. When you have high quality content, more you can consume. And this can only happen because we realized that in the very beginning, if we would try to do it ourselves, it could never actually happen. Or like we could try to produce it, but we would just need to scale the team. But it's really about finding those amazing creators like that, what has been functioning with the social media. So similar way now, the skill set is a little bit more, but we believe that similar way than for filming, there has been like new tools coming in, and we see that the AI tools together with these easyfied content creation tools would be allowing this bigger amount of content, that when that third wave of users who just come to be entertained and consume, so then the people on these different layers, so that second layer, like they have been creating that content, and even some of them owning land and all that, so they will be making money there. But now that first foundational layer, who owns land and companions, those are the like that needs to be the biggest winners there, that has been taking a risk on the early on the project. So we see that the money needs to be coming off people spending and trading and utilizing that high quality content. But there is few of these waves that need to happen that we can make that happen. But I see that the time is going a lot faster when we have interesting stuff to talk about. But there was just few images about the Chronicles, what's been like undercooking. But then, if Oracle, you just give a few updates on what's happening on the Discord.
Yeah, so as many of you might have already seen, there's been some small but noticeable changes in Discord. We're aiming for a little bit bigger, but starting off with the smaller stuff. So what we want to do is, first of all, at the end of the day, improve our Discord experience for both existing community members as well as new users, new members coming in from wherever, whenever. So what that means in practice is we want to clean up the server a little bit. We want to simplify it a little bit, get rid of some redundant channels. There we go. Improve the onboarding process of the new users, add activities so that people have more stuff to do, for example, over the weekends when there's not necessarily other stuff going on than weekend contests. But what we're thinking about, for example, is shared gaming, if that's something that people would be interested about. Music rooms is something that we've been discussing. Whatever it is, sort of just make the Cornerstone Discord server kind of more fun, have more activity for everybody in the server. And on that note, just want to encourage you all to suggest any type of activities. And please let us know if this is something that you are interested in or if it's not something you're interested in. But if it is, feel free to suggest activities, your hopes, your wishes, and anything on that level. In, for example, the ideas and queries channel, that is what it's there for. That is what we read. That is where we pick up your ideas. So toss them in. No idea is bad. No idea is shunned. Every idea is good. At least it raises conversation and thoughts, and that's always a good thing. But all in all, just picking up improved Discord experience.
As we're running on the really end of this session, but I think I heard you mentioning something about the weekend contest.
You did. So. Perfect segue. So as you might have seen, we had a weekend contest this weekend, as we've had in the weekends before. And this time it was all about creating a movie poster for Cornerstone. And some of you have maybe already looked at the vote winners because the vote ended before we started this AMA. But with the votes counted, we have a winner and very well deserved. The winner is Waterfall Girl, our very own moderator. Amazing work. I was looking at this movie poster, just finding detail after detail after detail after detail. Just made me fall in love with it more and more and more. You got the actors or the stars in the top. You got the slogan for the movie. You got the name for the movie. You got the credits for who made it. The imagery in the background, the Cornerstone headquarters, the waterfalls, everything, the companion. It's chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Well deserved, well deserved. I'm applauding you here.
A lot of
You heard it.
a lot of famous actors and actresses there.
For sure.
Like all the people, some people you have been already seen active, but yeah, congratulations, Waterfall Girl. So yeah, this has been going fast when it's fun. Like I always get excited when it's time to talk about the metaverse and Cornerstone, because that's something that I spend most of my awakened hours and sometimes even dreaming about it as well. But as we had 1 hour for this one, so we keep it and we close this session now. But we will be definitely organizing, like probably we start doing like every 2 weeks, and then at some point even weekly. But now it would be more of 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, having one of these sessions that we can keep you guys updated, and maybe then that's the in the next one on the 2 weeks. So maybe we even see if we would have some cool demos or stuff coming up for the next session. But yeah,
And just
thank you,
comment here. I noticed, Henry, that you mentioned that you would have been able to jump in to the mic and say a little bit about Elora, but as we are unfortunately running out of time, let's try to organize a way for you guys to share some information about the project, perhaps while and when we release the video in the announcement channel.
Yeah, or then we do it on the next AMA as well. Like we have already a little bit more organized than this time, when we can like come in and poke that please jump to the stage. So we will do it. Ask 1 hour before, not on the live spot. So yeah, but also there is some other cool stuff that is being building. So it would be fun to get people to share, seeing landowners who has been building some awesome stuff. But thank you everyone so much for joining. It's always fun to talk with you guys, and it's exciting where we're heading. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you in the next one and in the server.